Taking note that you were specifically brought to Amuru, I had no reservations, and my feeling was at peace that the assignments that the president wants done, accomplished in Amuru, will be completed. The security situation is relatively calm. Key things to take note of: one, land conflicts, which is extraordinary in Amuru. Families, brothers fight brothers, clans fight clans. These land conflicts defeats even the judiciary, because they start as civil conflicts, they become criminal issues. Now you are first in between addressing criminality in civil matters. That is the basis of all the problems we have in Amuru. Two, we have the problem of extended border conflicts. The border conflicts are at three levels. At the levels of international, because we border South Sudan, especially in Atiak and the surrounding areas, we are not clear where Uganda on the ground starts and South Sudan on the ground starts. So the occupants along the border overlap, and there are always tensions. You need to take interest in that, because it has a big bearing in your operations and business you conduct. We have conflicts at district levels, the boundaries, the question of Apar and where it falls is a national issue. But all the problems emanating from Apar, it is Amuru to always address. You've seen the charcoals we have impounded. All of them come from Apar. There's a state of lawlessness in Apar. Everybody do business as they please, primarily because the boundary question has not been resolved. Some people think it is in Amuru, some people think it is in Adjumani. So it creates a lot of difficulties, and it brings an insecurity. We have insecurity problems for boundary related at sub-county levels. The sub-counties of Atiak in Amuru and Palaro in Gulu share Okidi. And Atiak wants to believe Okidi is part of Amuru. Palaro wants to believe Okidi is part of Gulu. And it brings revenue questions, it brings mobilization questions, it brings... These are highlights that have had the bearing on security, and a question of border borders. Those are national challenges. The robberies conducted with border borders or conducted on border borders are a bigger bit of the problem we have been struggling to handle. But overall, the population is peaceful and the security situation is relatively calm.
When you hit, and I took like 2 other days, then I called him. I said, thank you so much, you have been appointed to serve in Amuru, but I have already told your deputy that Amuru is not your battlefield. When you had conflict from a patch, leave it in a patch. Amuru is your working place. You must be in position to serve the people in Amuru. That was, I think, my words to you. And we chatted, and I said, you are welcome. I want to know when you will take over office so that we see what to be done. Same enough, I held a district executive meeting. I invited all aides of department. We were in preparation to welcome the Northern Regional Parliament. Then I said, I need to have got a brief so that I give to my members of parliament to have a talking point. And indeed, I gathered all the challenges, all what Amuru takes, then I sent to the members of parliament, because it is them that's supposed to speak on behalf of Amuru. By the way, I never attended the regional parliament, because my space is not there. I want to speak. I cannot sit in a gallery, and yet I can be in position to speak well. So I said it is the work of the current members of parliament. I should feed them. And indeed, I appreciate technical passions. We gathered all what it takes as Amuru, and we sent to our members of parliament as it is. even people whom I want to compete with in 2026. I send it because it is their time. And we should respect God's assignment. If it is your time, you must be respected. I would say in a home, you cannot have got a smooth sailing all over. I cannot really, when you are coming and say, Amuru district, LC5 had got a safe ride from the time RDC was sent, even though he was he is my OB from Laivi College. We had also but rough sail. Was during the implementation of the presidential directive, the security personnel messed up and caused the death of our district veterinary officer. And of course, I said we could not contain, the RDC was negligent of security that caused the death of my staff. And we had rough time with security team. And of course, the head of security team is the RDC. We never had a good time because interest of my people is number one. And interest of ourselves comes second. And I wanted, we are like doctors. Doctors, sometimes you will be busy as if you are carrying operation. You'll never know you are stepping on the oxygen line of a patient. And you find a patient is suffocating. I found myself was suffocating because the security stood on my oxygen line. And I also wanted to survive when the operation of RDC is causing the state to lose the support. It means you are losing the assigned duty that state and the president assigned you to do in the district. And of course I found we had got that rough. But after when we sat together with RDC one time as OB, two of us, and said, this was the reason why we were conflicting. We need to work for the district. And two of us, only one person witnessed our sitting. And we started working normally. I said, we should be in position to serve the district. That was the situation. And of course, we took tea, we took our nyamas, somewhere, 2, 3 of us only. Then I said, we need to serve Amuru local government because it is our duty to serve the people currently as assigned by our authorities. And indeed, no one knew, and we moved on until now. That was RDC sent now to Kaabong. I know he will be in position to serve better, but the appointing authority would have known because he is pursuing his LLB in Gulu University. By now, it would be really taken closer to allow him finish LDC and Gulu University. I know he will be in position because career building is number one and key for our personal enrichment and also to serve the state better. While you are coming, you know, I always tell the community, I've been in FDC for all this time. And ever since when I marched from Law Development Center, I served in World Vision, I joined politics. I've been the district chair of FDC, Forum for Democratic Change. I am now 15 years as the district chair person for the party, and we have been winning in that. Is FDC ready to take over government? I found it is not, because you find there are now two camps, and each camp is fighting each other and not fighting President Museveni. Museveni is comfortably sitting, seeing, watching, visiting, fighting Nagaga, and creating rift between Najanakumbi and Katonga. So they do not want to take the government, they want to take each other. So my interest has been to stay in government. So when I am leaving FDC, I'll go to government where there's possibility of being in government. So I don't want only small Kaabong. So by now I am the district coordinator for the God the Sun in the PLU. So while really overseeing the PLU, God the Son, and the Son can lead me to the Father.
Of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to identify and entrusted some of us with a task on his behalf. The issues which have been raised here, maybe I will respond to them as follows. Number one, the issue of the impounded charcoal and then charcoal business which goes about here. As we were driving through, you saw a number of sacks which are packed. Those are impounded charcoal. I want to refer people to the Executive Order number 3 of 2023, which was issued by His Excellency the President. That is what our implementation agencies are doing. And as the Resident District Commissioner of Amuru, we shall live by that because it is an order which was issued by the principal and it has never been cancelled. That means all of us should work together in protection of our environment. When we do massive tree cutting, that means we are exposing our land so that we may invite undesirable climatic change in this area. So I want to call all the community of Amuru, every stakeholder, let's work together in unison so that we protect our environment. I also want to ask those who are involved in this business, please do not be tempted to come to the office of the RDC thinking that you can compromise and go away with abusing the order of the president. As the resident district commissioner, I am a custodian of ensuring that such orders are implemented to the dot, and I will live by that. Number two, the issue of forming cliques within the district. For any institution to be successful, there must be teamwork. I have learned the environment, I have been given information. Now I am going to sit down to begin to see how best we can step in to ensure that we create teamwork here. There were issues of the death of the DVO of Amuru, which I think the local leadership and even the community attributes it to negligence from the security. And that has created a lot of parallel relationship between the security personnel and then the leadership of Amuru. That is one thing that I will begin with to ensure that this is a new system. This is a new leadership and we want to inculcate a feeling of teamwork. Nobody can succeed as a person. But when we team up together, we can be able to use and exploit the skills that we have to ensure that we do services reach out to our people. Precisely what has brought us here, that everybody must work to achieve, is to ensure that services are delivered. Our people are suffering. People talk about the level of poverty in this area. So what do we do? And yet government keep on sending in a number of supports. So as the resident district commissioner, we must ensure that we work with the local leadership and our people must receive these services so that they are proud of being Ugandan. We must not isolate them. They feel neglected. And this is what we shall be able to fight against. So the people of Amuru should expect some of those things that, one, we must work together as a team. Number two, we must remain united. Number three, all of us must act as patriots. Because when you are patriotic, you will then be able to love everybody that stays near you. In order for our land to grow, that means you love each other. Because that person you are loving is going to be your customer. If you sell any commodity, it's going to be your transporting officer if you operate a border. So why must we not work together? So my main emphasis here is that we must remain united. We must remain steadfast in ensuring that services are delivered and our people, the local community members, are happy about what the NRM government is implementing in this area of Amuru.
Lastly, what do you make of the reception arriving here for the first time?
I am really very excited because quite a number of people turn up to welcome me. That already is a vote of confidence because they believe that the name Abudul must come with a new thing. Because you see sometimes in an environment where perhaps people may be living in pain, they could be aspiring to have somebody who is a savior. It is also a challenge to me because when people welcome you in such a number, you now begin to devise best means of fulfilling the aspirations, of fulfilling what is the anticipation that they have. So I am going to work together with the people who have already been here, including the former RDC of Amuru, to get to the bottom of the issues which has been here, so that we can try to diagnose in order to prescribe the best solution for the people of Amuru as the resident district commissioner.
Thank you for watching Lango News channel. Please subscribe for more updates.